good morning, good morning. God bless you. Come on in, come on in. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Come on in, family. Hit that like and share button. This is Wisdom Wednesday, where my co-host is none other than Javarius, as we call him G. So God bless you all. Come on in, everybody that's joining this. Come on. I see you, Executive Pastor Rosemary Townsend. I see Lady Sophie Jackson on. God bless you. Lady Juanita Clark. God bless you. To Prophet and Overseer Randall Fisher, to Lady Fisher. God bless you all. To Bishop Desmond Arnell Marshall, God bless you. To Lady Leandra Gilliam, God bless you all. Thank you all for coming on this morning. As always on Wednesday, we waiting on the man of the hour to show up. But I'm just so excited. This is what the world considers hump day. So we thank the Lord for getting us here to my pastor overseas in Africa. God bless you, Pastor David. God bless you. God bless you, man of God. To Lady Sierra, God bless you. Thank you for joining this morning. I see Greg Jr. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Thank you for joining us. I think he's at work, so he's probably at the register or doing something, but he has joined us this morning. So to God be the glory. We thank the Lord for another opportunity to come. Good morning to my brother Charles, and God bless you. We'll be seeing you shortly coming up that way. God bless you. God bless you. Listen, if you were, I always tell people Wednesday is my busiest day because I start off with a 6 o'clock morning prayer, and from there I jump on. Oh, Lady Starks, God bless you for joining. I jump on Inspired to Love, and then we come here, and they were just showing out on Inspired to Love this morning to Overseer Fisher and Lady Fisher talking about that faith, and just letting us know that we have some obligations to do the right thing, and he was mentioning about the way of escape, and it's amazing how I can recall that every time I used to be showing out back in the day. Seemed like Lady Cheryl would call me right when I'm getting ready to show out, and that was my way of escape. But one of the things that he said that was real powerful is you have to allow your spirit man to overtake your flesh, because even though you might have a way of escape, which he always is going to provide for you, always, there's never a time that you will be put in a situation where escape route is not there. And so, but the true essence is that you got to take the route. I mean, there's no sense of somebody giving you the out and you don't take advantage of it. So good morning to our Instagram family, to our YouTube family, to our Facebook family. God bless you. We just thank you so much, as always, for joining us. And I'm just excited about life as a whole and what's going on. And here come the host. Here he is. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? When you the star of the, you can come in a few minutes later. I'm the opening act. But to God be the glory. How art thou? Blessed. All right. Well, that's a good thing. Good morning, Lady Carolyn. God bless you. Thank you for joining. That's right, Charlie. You have to choose the out, and that's a lot of times where we mess up. Is that the opportunity for escape is there. I mean, it's right there, right in your face. And he was holding the Bible up. I always call the Bible our GPS of life, because a lot of times what happens is we read the word, but we don't apply it.
I need you to show me the same
Oh, so you ready for me to turn it over to you? Okay. He's over here whispering, saying that I need to go ahead and give him the floor now. He's a funny character. Can't do nothing but love him. But to God be the glory. So it's in your hand. Go ahead, man.
That's not what you mean. Nah, go like every Wednesday. What do you say? What do you come to me and say?
Well, look, it's your day, but oh, so when you show up, I'm supposed to just turn it over to you.
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind? Okay, what's on your mind, G? Talk to me.
Man, knowing your worth. But still at the same time facing reality.
Oh, come on. you I mean, you coming out swinging. Go ahead. Go for
you feel me?
Yeah.
So, real quick, I'm gonna just give you the definition of worth.
All right.
The pronoun version.
Okay.
It's the value equivalent to that of someone or something under consideration. The level at which someone or something deserves to be valued or rated. Okay. So right now we got a crisis going on in the NFL.
Okay, crisis going on in there. For those that know, G is definitely a sports fanatic, knows about all the different sports, and so we're praying for his podcast to eventually come into existence. It is going to happen. So, but go ahead.
Yeah, so it's a big crisis, going on in the NFL. To pay or not to pay.
To pay or not to pay. All right.
This past season, the last 3 leading rushers, one have already been paid, but the top 2 were seeking a contract.
Okay.
I
love it. Go ahead. Talk,
man. They were seeking a contract. And yesterday was the deadline for it to happen.
Because everything has a cutoff period.
Everything has a cutoff period.
All right.
Facing reality. And at 4 p.m. we find out that neither one of them were going to sign a longer extension with their, prospective teams, you know. So everybody,
is in an uproar.
Yeah. So, a couple years ago, running backs were valued so high across the league. They were paid good enough to them. Where there wasn't no complaints.
Right. So in other words, somebody else is putting value on you based off of what they feel you worth.
I'm about to get there.
Okay, go ahead now.
Then you had guys like, Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, who struck big bank deals. But didn't even finish out the contracts on those teams.
All right.
So what you see is you had the owners and executives around the league. They see that they invested in something but didn't get a return in the investment tenfold.
Okay.
In the same span, we've seen all of the last 7 Super Bowl winners have won the Super Bowl without having a rusher rush for 1,000 yards.
All right.
We've also seen, like I said, the last 3 leading rushers last year, they all contributed to losing records.
Okay.
The game has changed. It's a passing league now. Guys are faster, stronger.
Right.
So you can be mad that the best running backs aren't getting paid enough, but still have the business and physical sense to know the why.
Okay. All right. Help us out.
So a famous songwriter once said, "You don't know your worth. All the things I know that you deserve. Say it's not real if it doesn't hurt. Find someone you know who will put you first. Find someone who will love you at your worst." Okay? So what we see, So what we see is that you got on one side somebody is telling you what their worth is.
Okay.
You got the other side that's showing you the reality of what it is.
Okay.
So
because it's a business side.
Yeah, it's a business side.
It's a business, yeah.
So your value, so what I'm basically saying is your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth.
Say that again.
your value does not decrease based on someone's inability
Man.
to see your worth.
Come on now.
So what I'm basically saying, at the same time, you have to, at some point, you have to be able to understand the why.
Okay.
In everything.
Okay.
In everything.
Understanding the why. Okay.
And you have to start surrounding yourself with people that are not trying to compete with you, but instead be collaborate, with you.
All right.
So you know, in doing this, first of all, let me in doing this, I said that you have to recognize the difference you make in the world, like being clear about what your values are, and then engaging in like fulfilling activities.
All right.
It increases the sense of your worth, so I really have been, just even talking to, with the people of knowing what our worth is, not allowing the outside source to dictate to us what we bring to the table.
Right.
You have to know already what you are bringing to the table.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah. And what I like about and so while you were saying that, some comments came in, and one of them was Tristan, which is Sierra's husband, is in the TV industry, media, and he said he's going to connect with you to get you on his podcast to talk about sports. Going back to what we're talking about, connections, having connections, knowing what you're worth. You follow what I'm saying? And then facing reality. So, just like I think you and I had a discussion yesterday, and it's some things on the table for you, some offers on the table for you to do something. And I was telling you, I said, well, you have to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, sometime a D, E, F, and G. You follow what I'm saying? And just because one doesn't work out for you does not it does not devalue who you are.
Right.
It does not take your worth down. You follow what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to look at the reality of something. You follow what I'm saying? And look at the long picture. Because one thing that I realized in life is that the other side is always trying to get more out of you than they're willing to pay you. You follow what I'm saying? Now, on the flip side, you always have to look to be able to get more out of them for what they paying you. You follow what I'm saying? And so a lot of times what happens in life is that we will allow the reality to cause us to miss out on the big picture. You follow what I'm saying? Because the particular positions that you're talking about, and I'll use reality again. The reality of it is the longevity of the lifespan of that position is 3 to 5 years. So now you want me to invest in something that I might not get what they call the ROI, my return on my investment. And so therefore, if you don't understand all of that, because all you're doing is staying in yourself, in the natural, you haven't studied it. You follow what I'm saying? It's almost like if I would have known then what I know now, I would have pushed you into baseball more so than football. Because for one, you're an athlete as a whole, and anything you do, you excel in. I mean, you only been bowling a couple of months, and you already whooping up on me to the point that I have to threaten to not bring you home when we go and play. But even with that, never playing baseball, and then decided to go into baseball in high school, and you make the team. You follow what I'm saying? And not only make the team, but become a starter. And so I'm just saying, a lot of times what happens is we don't look at the cost. In other words, when we look at the different positions, since we're using sports as a whole, when we're looking at the different positions, the quarterback has always been the main one on the team. but not necessarily the best one. And that's the
Most
argument. So that's the argument that you're using, or should, I mean, we can bring out with these two individuals that's saying, I know what I'm worth, because they're bringing a lot to the table for or to the team, and so that's the same way it is in what we're doing. Christian wise, what are you bringing? What are you bringing to the table? What skin do you have in the game? You follow what I'm saying? Are you a taker or a giver? You know, I can remember.
And you gotta be in the business. Your business gotta be problem solving.
Right.
It gotta solve somebody else's problem.
Right.
You know.
Right. But one of the things I think I shared this with a Lady Fisher, and I said, you know, the scripture says, enter into his gates with thanksgiving and to his courts with praise. How many times do we come to church looking for the praise team to get us motivated, when we should be coming in motivating the praise team? Right. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they're not up there to perform, they're up there for a form of worship too. And so the more we learn to understand our worth, you follow what I'm saying? That every person that's in your surroundings, everybody that's around you has some value. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that we have to understand. Yeah, it's always going to be somebody in the front. I mean, that's life. You follow what I'm saying? But just understand what your part, in other words, when we look at the body, when we look at machinery, the car, I mean, you can have the prettiest car in the world, but I remember when we were going out looking for a car for you, one of the things you would first look at the tires. You would say, oh, this car gonna need some new tires. So you already was evaluating, although it might look good, you know what I'm saying? I know I got to invest something in it right off the cuff. And so a lot of times I think what happens with us is that we fail to understand. So going back to your point, that to kind of like bring it into on the spiritual side, we fail to realize what we're worth. And so therefore, we don't bring enough to the table, and then some of us
we overstate.
Come on, go ahead.
Without understanding the dynamics of reality.
Right. Because if we're talking still, so let's go back to it. So if we're still talking about the ultimate goal is to win. The ultimate goal is, and I think Lady Brooks said something on Inspired to Love, where Pastor Brooks has said that God is already that we already going to win because God is in the ring already. And so when we understand that, but the truth to the matter is, hear what I said, you have to understand that. And if you don't know your worth, or if you overvalue your worth, because even though in your mind you might be saying I'm worth this, you still have to look at what the statistics show and what has already been set before you. Yeah, there's times that you're gonna be the game changer. You follow what I'm saying? But a lot of times it's not about trying to change the game, it's trying to get in the game. Am I right about it? So, you know, I think it's an awesome concept of what you brought to the table today. And so, you know, basically what we're saying is know your worth. You follow what I'm saying? Don't overvalue yourself, but don't undervalue yourself. You follow what I'm saying? And then sometimes you have to come in and make the compromise. Because, you know, the thing of it is, if you're looking at it from the big picture, if you're looking at it for the end results, that's the main thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Because like you said, at the end of the day, it's an argument for both of them. I can be arguing at the same time that the dude that contributed to 30% of his team's success needs to get paid.
Yes.
In the same time, being able to argue the fact that the owners do see that it doesn't really contribute to winning. It isn't shown that it contributes to winning.
Right.
The last 3 leading rushers were all on losing teams.
Right.
The last 7 Super Bowl winners were all teams that didn't have, 1,000-yard rusher, or You would have to go back all the way to 2013 that had a team that had a Pro Bowl rusher on the Super Bowl. You had to go back all the way to 1995 when you had a Pro Bowl winning team that won the Super Bowl. So
you're spitting out facts. And so this person that's saying I'm worth this, and this need to know those facts also, because when they're sitting there calculating what they're worth, the other side is looking at facts and looking at the data that has already been proven. You pay Ezekiel Elliott.
He's
no longer there. Right.
You pay Christian McCaffrey a year after he gets hurt. He's shipped out of there. Right. You pay Le'Veon Bell, and he doesn't even finishes his contract.
Okay.
Period. He leaves the league.
And so now you telling me, but I'm different. Yeah. So I'm different. And one of the things,
it's going to take somebody. You have to prove it now.
Yeah.
So you got to go out there now and show
So
that a running back can be the back back.
So Pastor Fisher puts in there, Pastor Randall Fisher puts in there, it's about the energy you bring while establishing your worth. So just like you say, management on this side is bringing data to the table. You on this side is saying, yeah, but I did this, and this, and we know we're in a world now. What is really, what have you done for me lately?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Charlie says, sometimes you have to change what you know your worth to make yourself important to that team.
Exactly.
And so, and that's the same way it is within the church. So when the pastor is building this,
because we are one team.
We're one team. That's the thing that you have to understand. We're one team.
We're
and
a team.
I think
and not to cut you off, but us that are sitting in the audience, we aren't fans. We are a part of that team.
Say that again.
Our fans are the ones that we're trying to reach. Our fans are the ones outside the building.
I like that.
Our fans are the people that we're trying to reach. Though the fans aren't the people that are sitting in the. No, that's the team.
Ooh, Jesus.
That's the team right now. So we all work together.
Yeah. And so, so going back to what we say, it has nothing to do with the fact that we're trying to devalue you. We're just trying to make you look at the broader picture. Because in the broader picture, everybody can win. You follow what I'm saying? If we go down the street that you going, because let's just keep it real. A lot of times we're one-sided. We only see it our way, and so therefore, when we see that, we don't understand that the cost is not worth it, and you can end up putting yourself in a position where you lose out altogether, because the system is already designed. The system is already designed so that they're gonna win in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Greg Douglas say, show up, get your 10 million, and act like you hurt. Hamstring. You know what I'm saying? Don't. And me and him always talk about it. Don't mess up the bag. Don't mess your money up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Trying to make a point. And really not going back to what we're saying. And I'll say this as we get ready to close. Listen, I do want to say this though, and thank you so much. I'm gonna give you the final words. But on Friday, please do not miss Friday. The Fantastic Four will be on Friday. Coming with good morning, Lady Todd. God bless you for joining. The Fantastic Four will be on this coming Friday. We have a powerful announcement that we want to make, and we want you all to be a part of it. So please join us on this coming Friday. That's right, the entire Fantastic Four team is going to be on there. But getting back to I remember the late Bishop Owens gave us a story about a choir and this musician, and they were getting ready to have their annual celebration. Mm-hmm. And he got in his feelings, you know what I'm saying, and pulled out at the last minute. Now they're supposed to have this concert, say, the next day. He pulls out and just says, well, I'm not going to play. You know what I'm saying? And so the choir, they was all jacked up and like, oh, what we gonna do? And they got together and say, listen, we'll just sing a cappella then. We're that good, we can go out there and sing a cappella. So to make a long story short, the piano, the organist shows up the next day with some of his friends, and they're sitting in the audience, and the choir's up there singing, and they're singing, and all of a sudden, a person from out of the audience walked up to the organ and started playing for the choir. Had never practiced with him or anything, and the church just went up. And now the organist that was supposed to be playing that got mad, he really puffed up, and he's looking down the aisle. His friends is up clapping their hands. The moral of the story is one monkey don't stop no show. And so although you might think you're worth, and you might very well be worth it, there's always a replacement already in the plan. So we have to be so careful. We have to be so careful that we don't put ourselves in a position where we become an outcast. I'm not saying that to even devalue yourself or anything, but as many of you all, God bless you, Pastor Todd, for joining, but as many of you all that have made comments and everything, we're all on the same page and understanding that sometimes you do have to do it for the team. You follow what I'm saying? And the reward, because here's the other side of it. Your endorsements and all that come from your performance. You don't get endorsements when you're not there. The same way it is within the church. Your victories and what God has in store for you doesn't come from you sitting on the sideline pouting and causing more conflict than being a blessing. So, we just want to thank G for that awesome presentation on today. And as always, he comes on Wednesday with wisdom, throwing some things out that we might not be looking at, because sometimes we too deep, and sometimes we just got to look at it at face value. Once again, I thank each and every one of you all for joining us this morning. Please, once again, join us this coming Friday. We have a special announcement that we are very excited about. The Fantastic Four is going to be on and explaining what's going on and how we're doing. As everybody know, this is still a day by day, moment by moment thing. But thank God for allowing us to be part of the team. For us understanding our worth, you know what I'm saying, and understanding what we're supposed to be doing to make it all a winning season. So at this time, G, I'm gonna let you close it out, and then we will see you again on Friday. God bless you.
All right. Well, we gotta get God His honor. So
all right, go ahead.
I had a scripture for today.
All right.
And it's Psalms 139, 13 and 14, and it says. It's the CEV version. It says, "You are the one who put me together inside my mother's body, and I praise you because of the wonderful way you created me. Everything you do is marvelous. Of this I have no doubt." So that's just a scripture we can use to go in further in today to help us with self-esteem and our self-worth into this world. Knowing that, God made us this way on purpose.
Amen.
So
Amen.
you don't have to, and I just had a little message that to everybody that, we owe it to our families to set example of someone who lives a life they want to live, settling for less and accepting average stops now. You can't help anybody until you help yourself.
Ooh, I like that.
And when you make yourself strong, everything strength will spill over into everything else you do. And to end it off, like I said, I'm gonna end it with this: your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth.
Wow. That I'm gonna just leave it right there. To God be the glory. We thank you all for joining us, and we will see you again on this coming Friday on Facebook Live. As we know, Instagram we're only on Wednesday, but to Facebook and YouTube, we thank you. We will see y'all again on this coming Friday. Like I say, come join us. The Fantastic Four will be on. Excellent job once again, G. Thank you all for joining. Having a phenomenal day on purpose. It is hump day. And if you made it this far, you only got a couple of more days before the weekend is out. God bless you. Heaven smile upon you.